Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Miss English podcast. I am your host, Socheta, and today we are diving into a topic that feels incredibly urgent in our digital age.
It is wonderful to be back in the studio with you, Socheta. This topic is something I have been seeing more and more lately, and it concerns me deeply.
Exactly. We are talking about something the internet calls brain rot. It sounds a bit scary, doesn't it? Mr. Saroon, when you hear the term brain rot, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
I think of it as cognitive stagnation. It's that feeling of being mentally drained yet strangely overstimulated after spending hours passively consuming low-quality content. It's like eating junk food for the mind.
That is such a perfect analogy. It's the digital equivalent of a bag of chips. You feel full, but you are not actually nourished. I notice it most when I have been scrolling through short videos for an hour and suddenly realize I do not remember a single thing I watched.
That is precisely the danger. Our brains are designed to seek novelty and dopamine, and these platforms are engineered to exploit that. But the cost is our attention span and our ability to think critically.
And that is why we are here today. We want to talk about the best defense against this. For our listeners who are learning English, I truly believe that active language learning is one of the strongest shields we have. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. Learning a language like English is the complete opposite of brain rot. It requires neuroplasticity. It forces your brain to build new connections, to interpret context, and to solve problems in real time.
I love that. So instead of being a passive observer, when you study English, you become an active participant. But how do we bridge that gap? Sometimes people use English-speaking social media and still feel like their brain is rotting.
That is a very subtle but important point. If you are just watching English memes without trying to understand the nuance, you might still be in that passive zone. The key is intentionality. You have to move from consumption to engagement.
Intentionality. I like that word. So if I'm watching a video in English, what should I be doing to make it a defense against brain rot?
Well, start by asking yourself questions. Why did the speaker use that specific word? What is the cultural subtext? Even better, pause the video and try to summarize what you heard out loud. That simple act turns a passive moment into a cognitive workout.
Impressed. A cognitive workout. That sounds much more empowering than just rotting. I also find that reading long-form articles in English helps a lot. It forces me to slow down. My brain actually feels like it is stretching.
Reading is perhaps the ultimate antidote. When you read a book or a well-written essay, you are engaging with a single complex thought for an extended period. That's the literal cure for the fragmented attention span caused by brain rot.
I remember when I first started reading novels in English. It was so hard at first. I wanted to reach for my phone every 5 minutes. But once I pushed through, I felt this incredible sense of clarity.
That clarity is your brain coming back online, Socheta. You are training your focus. We have to treat our focus like a muscle. If we don't use it, it withers. If we exercise it through language and literature, it grows strong.
So, Mr. Saroon, what about social interaction? We often talk about how learning English opens doors to the world. Does talking to people help protect our brains too?
Oh, immensely. Real-time conversation is one of the most complex tasks a human brain can perform. You have to listen, decode, formulate a response, and manage your body language all at once. There's no room for rot when you are truly connecting with another human being.
That is true. You can't really zone out when someone is waiting for you to answer a question in your second language. It keeps you on your toes.
Precisely. It's about being present. Brain rot thrives on absence, being physically there but mentally somewhere else. English gives you a reason to be present in new and exciting ways.
Okay, so let's give our listeners a challenge. If they feel like they are falling into that digital trap, what is the first step they should take today?
I would say the 5-minute rule. For every 5 minutes of mindless scrolling, spend 5 minutes doing something active with your English. Write a journal entry, listen to a podcast like this and take notes, or learn 3 new idioms and try to use them.
I love that. Balance the scales. Don't let the algorithms win. Use your English as a tool to reclaim your mind.
And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being conscious. Every time you choose a difficult book over a mindless video, you are winning the battle for your brain.
That is so inspiring, Mr. Saroon. Thank you for sharing these insights with us. I feel like my own brain is a bit sharper just from this conversation.
The pleasure is all mine, Socheta. It's always a joy to discuss how we can grow rather than just go through the motions.
And thank you to all our listeners. You are already taking a step against brain rot just by listening to this. Stay curious, stay active, and keep practicing your English. Until next time, this is the Miss English Podcast.
Goodbye, everyone, and take care of your beautiful minds.